Welcome. Today Alice and Victor is making egg yolk pastry. First let's make the fillings. We need salted eggs and red bean paste. For the salted eggs, you can use a whole or just half a salted egg. With this recipe we can make 12 egg yolk pastries, so I used 6 salted eggs and cut them in half. Wash off the salt attached to the salted eggshell. Then take out the salted egg yolk. Remember to clean and remove all the egg white parts. If contained egg whites, your egg yolk pastry will become salted egg pastry. We are using uncooked salted egg. Next, sprinkle the clean salted egg yolk with some white wine or sake. This will avoid that eggy smell. Place the salted egg yolk on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Bake it in the oven at 300 Fahrenheit for 8 minutes. Salted eggs don't need to be cooked completely. Just bake it until it's slightly oily, and it's good. Cut all the salted egg yolks in half. Total weight of our filling is 28 grams per serving. Let's weight the salted egg yolk first. Then add in the red bean paste. Total weight is 28 grams. Roll the red bean paste into a ball shaped. Press the middle with your finger. Then place the salted yolk in the middle of the red bean paste. Wrap the salted egg yolk with red bean paste and roll it into a ball. Once done, place it in the fridge to chill before use. Next, we are making the puff pastry. For the water skin, we use all-purpose flour, lard, hot water and sugar. For oil skin, we use cake flour and lard. Let's do the water skin first. Add 44 grams lard to 130 grams all-purpose flour. Dissolve a tablespoon of sugar in 65 grams of hot water. Using hot water. Around 100 Fahrenheit. I usually prefer to do it by hand. We mix and combine the flour and lard into snowflakes. It's scattered like this, and not clumps. At this point, we add the dissolved sugar hot water into the flour mixture. The temperature of this hot water is 100 F. It is hot to touch. After adding the hot water, we gently mix the flour and hot water into a dough. We don't need a lot of kneading, just mix it forming a dough. It's done when it is as clean as this. At this point the dough is very soft, but not smooth. That's good enough. Usually, I like to lay a saran wrap on the table to work on my dough. Cover the water skin dough with saran wrap and let it rest for 30 minutes. Next, let's do the oil skin part. Mix 44 grams of lard and 88 grams of cake flour together. We still do it using our hands. Oil dough will be more sticky, but you can't add extra dusting flour to knead it. If it is too sticky, you can put it in the fridge for a while. Then mix it again and it will be fine. The dough is soft after forming. Roll the oilskin dough into a long strip. Cut into 12 equal pieces. Each piece is 11 grams. Then roll each portion of the oil dough into a ball. Cover with saran wrap. Then put it in the fridge to rest for 20 minutes. Water skin after resting for 30 minutes. It's now soft and smooth. Roll the water skin into a long strip, then divide it into 12 equal parts, with 20 grams each piece. Roll the divided water skin into a ball shape. After done, don't forget to cover with saran wrap to prevent it from drying out. Take the oilskin out from the fridge. Now we are wrapping oilskins with water skins. Flatten the water skin, then wrap the oilskin inside it. Wrap the oilskin tightly in the water skin using the thumb and index finger closing method. The opening must be sealed properly. Finish making all the 12 doughs. Next, sprinkle some all-purpose flour on the table as dusting flour. The opening end of the dough is facing up. Gently roll out upwards and downwards with a rolling pin. Gently roll up the dough with your hands, with the opening end facing up, using a rolling pin to gently roll the dough out upward and downward again. After rolled the dough out, gently roll it up with your hands. Take out a rolled dough. With the opening facing up, press the middle of the dough with your fingers. Then use your fingers to squeeze the dough on both sides to the center, forming a round shape. Flatten the round dough. Use a rolling pin to roll out the dough round and thin. Try to roll out the dough with the side thinner than the center. Wrap the red bean paste filling with the crust. Again, using the thumb and index finger method to wrap the filling. Remember to wrap the filling tightly inside the crust. Then the opening end must be sealed closely. During the process of wrapping, try not to have any bean paste on the crust. Otherwise, it's hard for you to seal the opening. We can pre-made the salted yolk bean paste fillings a night before, then put it in the fridge to chill. It will be easier to wrap the next day. Then the ratio of filling to skin in our recipe is almost 1:1. The beginner will have a harder time to wrap it. Next we need an egg yolk to spread on top of the egg yolk pastry. Then this egg yolk liquid, no adding water, just a simple egg yolk. Whisk the egg yolk. At this time, don't forget to preheat the oven at 375 Fahrenheit. Don't forget to reshape our egg yolk pastry. Then place it on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. When you place the pastries, leave some room in between each pastry. The egg yolk pastry doesn't expand much when bakes, so a little distance is fine. Next, dip a bit of egg yolk to brush on the skin of the egg yolk pastry. After brushed with egg yolk, sprinkle some black or white sesame on top. After it's done, bake in the preheated oven at 375 Fahrenheit for 25 minutes. When halfway through baking, you can turn the baking pan for a more evenly baked. 25 minutes later, delicious egg yolk pastries come out fresh of the oven, with beautiful golden brown color. The bottom part is also baked to perfection. The texture of egg yolk pastry is crispy and crunchy, with lots of layers. It tastes sweet with some saltiness.
That's all for today. Thank you for watching. If you like our video, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel. See you next time. Bye. 好了，今天的影片就到这里，谢谢大家的收看。喜欢我们的影片，记得订阅我们的频道哦。下次见，拜拜。